power forward. And Pascack Hills trails 4-2. 6:29 remaining here in the first quarter from the Jersey City Armory. Seth Cantor, Steve Balson with you. 3 balls short. You could tell on the release that Tyrone Perry was going to misfire. But an offensive rebound as Jason Jones draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you can already see that Jason Jones is a force, and he's going to be a player to be reckoned with in this contest. Off the grab by Tyrone Perry, Jones sliced right to the hoop and was fouled on the way in. First free throws for Jones.
Jones, the senior power forward, player known for his rebounding, plays at a very high energy level as he misses the first one. Also well regarded for his ability to block shots, play quality defense. Senior captain on this Brighton team. He goes 0 of 2 from the free throw line, rebound loose, and it's into the hands of Evan Lazarus for Pascack Hills. Cowboys with the ball, they trail 4-2 in the opening moments. Big Os has bumped. No foul called though, as Pascack Hills, the Cowboys now, set up their offense. Schumer, 3, right arc, back of the rim, no good. Climbing the ladder for the rebound is Dexter Andrews for Brighton. Now the Bengals set up their offense. Pass intercepted and taken away. Here's Evan Schumer, 1-on-2, drives and lays it in. Evan Schumer, the junior guard, ties the game up at 4.
Schumer read that lazy pass, filled the passing lane, and went coast to coast to even the game.
Just about 5.5 remaining here in the first quarter. We are tied up at 4. Steve, what are your early impressions of this contest?
Looks like the Cowboys might have been playing a matchup zone earlier. Now they're just playing a soft man-to-man, but after that first transition series, Brighton has had a little trouble creating some offense off it.
Jordan Galloway missed on the 3 for Brighton. Zach Bernstein skips it along the baseline. Ball out of bounds as Pascack Hills turns it over. Substitution, Jason Schill comes in for the Cowboys. He replaces Zach Bernstein. 4-4 game, 5:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Now Jordan Galloway, transfer student, sophomore, gets it across. He's guarded closely by Jason Schill, who just checked into the basketball game. We're knotted up at 4:51 remaining here in the opening quarter. Ball out of bounds as Stephen Boyer couldn't hold on to the dribble. Well, Brighton turns it over, and Pascack Hills gets it back.
Yeah, Boyer got a little wide-eyed there. He had the left-hand dribble, started to attack the basket, thought he had the lane, but forgot to take the ball with him, and that creates a turnover.
Well, Schill will bring it up, the sophomore backup point guard. Almost has his pocket picked. Lazarus, 3, left wing. Too much mustard on it. Climbing the ladder for the offensive rebound, though, was Josh Florio. Can't convert, stays with it, and he draws the foul.
Nice second and third effort there by Sorio. And he'll be rewarded with foul shots.
Fouls on Tyrone Perry of Brighton, his first team's first. Both teams with 1 foul. As Sorio, the senior forward, at the free throw line. Short on the first one. Substitution here for Brighton as Galloway checks out of the game. Now coming in, Armani Elenye, transfer student. Second free throw is good. Well, Sorio goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Pascack Hills with a 5-4 lead, 4:20 remaining here in the opening quarter. Elenye is called for a travel. Brighton turns it over, and the Cowboys get the basketball back, leading by 1.
And again, Elenye thought he saw that brief glare of daylight on the way to the hoop and just shuffled his feet before he put the ball down.
Brighton pressuring in the backcourt as Lazarus now will bring it across. Cowboys with the basketball. Pass intercepted and taken away. Here's Tyrone Perry. Loses the basketball. Brighton, though, hangs on. Floater along the baseline is good. Give Tyrone Perry credit for sticking with it as Brighton has a 1-point lead, 6-5.
Nice second effort there by Perry and a travel the other way.
Well, the Cowboys turn it over, and Brighton gets it back with 3:52 remaining here in the first quarter. the Bengals with a 1-point lead over the Cowboys. It looks like both teams are feeling each other out right now.
Yeah, a little bit of shaky play here in the first half. Again, a lot of space in this building, so that can be a little disconcerting for teams that aren't used to being here, although Brighton has been here in the past.
Bengals miss on the three. That was Dexter Andrews, the senior. That couldn't convert. Pascack Hills in transition, and another travel call. This one whistled on the junior guard, Evan Schumer. He's perplexed about the call, but nonetheless, the Bengals get it back, and they look to add to their 6-5 lead. Isaiah Winston Brooks comes in for the first time for Hugh Coleman's team. Well, he replaces Dexter Andrews. 3:25 remaining, first quarter. Brighton 6, Pascack Hills 5. Alenia out front, long jumper. It's a 2. Winston Brooks misfires, and the Cowboys with the rebound. That was Josh Sorio who pulled it down. Now, Schill had trouble with the pass, but now the Cowboys set up their offense.
Yeah, Brighton settling for perimeter shots right now.
Jumper is long as Schill misfired, and now the Bengals go the other way. Long jumper, it's a 2. In and out, no good, as Tyrone Perry couldn't get it to go. Only a 6-5 game, 2:47 remaining. Here in the first quarter, Danfin Classic, game number 2 on the afternoon. We'll have 3 more for you after this. Entry pass to Sorio. Floater in the lane is blocked as Bigos couldn't get it to fall. Now the Bengals look to push. Line drive pass. Winston Brooks couldn't catch up with a ball out of bounds on the baseline as Pascack Hills gets it back with 2:29 remaining here into the opening half.
Yeah, it was Jason Jones who stepped in on the defensive end for Brighton with those long lines and got all of Bigos' shot opportunity, although Brighton did give it right back.
Feels like 2 teams in the early rounds of a boxing match. Sorio out front. Pascack Hills with the basketball. They trail by 1. 3 ball on the way. That's long. You could tell on the release that Schumer had too much mustard on it. Saving it from going into the backcourt was Zach Bernstein, and the Cowboys get another crack at it as we approach the 2-minute mark.
Nice little play by a couple of Cowboys there as Sorio saved it on the baseline. And Bernstein prevented it from going into the backcourt.
Schumer had it stripped from behind. Last touch by the Bengals. So Pascack Hills will inbound the basketball. They trail 6-5. Lowest scoring first quarter here from the Jersey City Armory. Entry pass, Sorio. His floater off the front rim, no good. A rebound for Brighton. Now the Bengals look to get out in transition. Alenia, backup point guard for this Brighton team. Guarded out front by Jason Schill. Schill giving him nothing. Pass intercepted. It's out of bounds on the right baseline. Last touched by Pascack Hills. Nice touch by the Cowboys disrupting the passing lanes, but Brighton will hang on with 1:36 to go in the quarter, Steve.
Yeah, Kevin Michael not corralling that ball before it rolled out of bounds. He was trying to dribble it before he picked it up.
Looks like Jason Jones didn't know what he wanted to do with the basketball right there as he took the inbound, and now Pascack Hills, the beneficiary of the turnover, but they trailed 6-5. Inside 90 seconds remaining into the opening quarter. And a Cowboys turnover gives Brighton the basketball right back. Not much tempo here in the opening moments, Steve.
Yeah, Sorio knew that he had a golden opportunity there off the nice feed from Bernstein and went off his hands and harmlessly out of bounds.
Evan Lazarus back in, the junior point guard. He replaces Nick Bigos, the senior center. Just a 1-point lead for Brighton. 80 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Alenia guarded by Schill out on the perimeter. Schill giving him nothing inside. Forcing the issue, driving. Unable to finish on the layup is Winston Brooks. And the Cowboys with the rebound, and they look to retake the lead as we approach the 1-minute mark. Here's Schill taking it to the baseline. Contact, no whistle blown as Brighton comes down with the ball. And Alenia now will push it up. Inside a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Whistle stops play, and a foul is called on Pascack Hills, and that's the second against the Cowboys.
Yeah, only 3 first quarter fouls called to this point. Jason Jones may have gotten away with one on the defensive end. He was trying to stay vertical, but he did shift the body on the drive, but the officials let them play.
3 from the quarter, no good. Michael Daring misfires. Whistle stops play again, and we have another foul. Well, it's on the Cowboys, so Brighton will take a trip to the foul line for 2.
Jason Jones creating havoc with the offensive rebound. Back to the foul line where he's already 0 for 2.
3 fouls on Pascack Hills, just 1 on Brighton. Here's Jason Jones, the senior power forward. Converts the first one. Senior captain, power forward at 6'6". Hugh Coleman, the head coach for this Brighton team. Curtis Grant, Willie Veal, Lavelle Larkin, and Brendan Bratt are his assistants. Second free throw is short. Jones goes 1 of 2 from the line as Zach Bernstein, the senior guard, gets the rebound. Low scoring affair here in the first quarter. Brighton just with a 7-5 lead inside 35 seconds remaining. Bernstein putting it on the floor, goes to the quarter. Nick Gillimaine just checked in. Remember, no shot clock here in high school basketball, but the Cowboys can take the last shot right now. Lazarus sends it out. Zach Bernstein. 16 to go here in the first quarter. Bernstein to the left corner. Lazarus ball fake on the 3. Mid-range jumper, air ball, gets it back, floater. That won't go. 7 seconds to go in the half. 3, left corner, air ball, no good. Bernstein misfires. 2 to go here in the quarter. Olenye, his attempt is deflected, Steve, and that ends the first quarter. Brighton at a low-scoring start. They have just a 7-5 lead.
Yeah, a combination of turnovers, poor shooting, and just teams being generally out of sync all translate to 12 first-quarter points, and not a textbook session for either squad by any stretch of the imagination.
Once again, we'd like to take this moment to thank our sponsors behind this event, the Dan Finn Classic, Steve. And certainly this event has become a destination affair in New Jersey over the course of the last 11 years.
Yeah, this is the first of 4 boys contests on the day. We've been here since the morning hours as we move well into the afternoon now, and this contest is shaping up as a close competitive one, and we expect to see that for the rest of the afternoon and evening as we have some great names on the docket.
Patterson Eastside at Atlantic City next. St. Anthony and the Patrick School meeting for the first time in the regular season over the last 30 years. Of course, they've met in the postseason a few years back to determine the state championship. And, of course, tonight, Long Island Lutheran taking on Linden. All fantastic games ahead.
And you mentioned St. Anthony, the legendary 2003-04 team will be inducted to the Dan Finn Classic Wall of Fame. So that should be a moment to remember as the Miracle of St. Anthony squad being honored. Also should mention that this Dan Finn Classic is being dedicated to the memory of Detective Melvin Santiago, who tragically lost his life last summer from the Jersey City Police Department. A great ceremony in today's first game between the bravest and the finest.
Nick Gillimaine was short on the layup, felt the interior pressure too. As Brighton looks to extend its 7-5 lead. Threading the needle, laying it up, and it is Michael Daring as Brighton has a 9-5 advantage.
Nice ball movement as Diaz rotated the pass, found Daring all alone under the hoop for a rare field goal.
Opening moments here, second quarter. Brighton with a 9-5 lead over Pascack Hills. Zach Bernstein. Now it's Jason Schill being guarded aggressively by Olenye. We approach the 7-minute mark here. Nearly a minute gone by in the second quarter. Schill driving, can't finish on the layup, but a foul. It's on Brighton. As Pascack Hills now will head to the free throw line. It will be Jason Schill accelerating along the baseline.
Well-designed play there as Pascack Hills has not had much, or not had any luck from the perimeter, so that time they decided to work the ball and try to attack the hoop and ended up with the foul being called on Diaz. Only the second one on Brighton in the first half.
Schill hits the first one. 2 fouls on Brighton. As Steve mentioned, 3 fouls on Pascack Hills. Dexter Andrews back in for the Bengals. He replaces Olenye. 3-point game. Brighton on top by 3. Bengals out of Boston. Pascack Hills out of Bergen County. Combination of students from Montvale, New Jersey at Woodcliff Lake. Well, Schill hits both there, and it's a 9-7 game.
Pascack Hills 3 out of 4 from the line, so that has been one positive for them over the first 9 minutes of action.
Winston Brooks stays with it. Ball loose. And a foul call. It's against Pascack Hills. Kevin Kirkby, the head coach, not happy with the call right there.
Well, Brooks got bumped on his way to the hoop. There was no whistle there. Jordan Diaz grabbed the rebound and was body blocked to the surface, and you're looking for a walk on that, but there was a lot of physical contact there that caused that big fella to fall over, and it's the second foul now on Bigos.
4 fouls against Pascack Hills, just 2 on Brighton. A minute 20 gone by here in the second quarter. Bengals with a 9-7 lead. 3 ball too strong. As Dexter Andrews misfired, offensive rebound won't go. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by the Bengals, so the Cowboys will get the basketball back.
Well, Brighton is attacking the offensive glass, and if Pascack Hills doesn't start boxing out, it's going to become a big deciding factor in this game.
This Pascack Hills team has won 4 consecutive Patriot Division and North 1 Group 2 titles. As the three-pointer goes down, and Pascack Hills has a 10-9 lead. Nick Gillimain, the sophomore shooting guard. Nearly 2 minutes deep here in the second quarter. 3, top of the key, that's good. Michael Derrick gives Brighton a 12-10 lead.
Daring says of Gillimain, if you can do it, I can do it, and all of a sudden the scoreboard lighting up with a pair of threes.
Well, Cowboys keeping it around the perimeter right here. 3 ball, up and away, no good. As Zach Bernstein couldn't get it to go, and Brighton with the basketball. Now Dexter Andrews looks to accelerate into the lane, lays it up at short, and a rebound underneath for Gillimain. Here's Pascack Hills now. They trail by a score of 12-10. Floater, that's good, right off the glass for Evan Schumer, the junior shooting guard. Just one of 3 returners from last season's team. Steve Edward knotted up at 12.
Awkward looking drive for Schumer, but he used the glass nicely, and we're all tied at a dozen apiece.
Top of the key jumper, getting the friendly roll. Isaiah Winston Brooks, the transfer student, as Brighton has a 2-point lead. Nice touch for Winston Brooks.
Pascack Hills has come back to tie the game a couple of times. Brighton has had quick answers in both occasions.
Cowboys with the basketball. They trail by 2, but a back-and-forth game. Pass sails out of bounds as the Cowboys turn it over. Well, for Brighton, Jason Jones, Stephen Boyer, and Tyrone Perry come into the game. Back in for Pascack Hills is Josh Storio. He replaces Evan Lazarus. Lazarus, also a member of the boys' soccer team. All-Patriot Division, 2nd team this past season. With 4:37 remaining here in the second quarter. Well, Brighton with a 14-12 lead. These 2 teams look like they're evenly matched. Pass into the lane, almost intercepted and taken away, but Boyer stays with it and lays it in as Brighton has a 16-12 lead.
Yeah, Boyer got the break as that went off the leg of Kevin Michael and right back into his hands for the easy deuce.
Sorio takes the pass back from Kevin Michael, who just checked into the game. Pass sails out of bounds, way over the head of Michael.
I think Brighton coach Hugh Coleman had a good play on that one and should be credited with the turnover. All he had to do was catch that and square.
Well, Brighton gets the basketball back on top 16-12, looking to take their largest lead of the game on this possession with 4:02 left to go here in the second quarter. Our next game will be Atlantic City and Patterson Eastside. St. Anthony and the Patrick School, which used to be St. Patrick's, as the travel is called. Now Brighton gives it back. The guilty party, Tyrone Perry, right there. And then Linden and Long Island Lutheran will close out the festivities. Our final game of the night. We'll be with you for all of them here from the Jersey City Armory. We thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. Pace intercepted and taken away. Jason Jones cutting off the passing lane, drives it, he's fouled. It'll be the 5th foul against Pascack Hills with 3:33 remaining here in the half. Brighton has only committed 2 fouls as Jones will go to the free throw line. Foul was on Kevin Michael, his first, again the 5th for Pascack Hills.
Yeah, not a bad foul by Michael as Jason Jones had a clear lane to the hoop. Might have liked to take it a little sooner and not let it be a shooting foul, but Jones is 1 of 4 from the stripe, so you go make him earn it.
First free throw short. Jones not happy with himself right there. No substitutions. Well, Jones at 6'6", a senior. Second free throw goes in. Came onto this team as a sophomore. Part of the Brighton team that won the 2012-2013 Massachusetts Division II state title. Inside 3.5 remaining. Second quarter, Brighton with a 5-point lead, 17-12. Sorio unable to get free, but a foul called on the Bengals as the pass came in.
Yeah, Marlon Benjamin got under his man and caught him in midair, gave him a little bit of a shove. Benjamin, the smallest player on the floor at the moment, but it was a little hard to miss that foul. It's only the third one on Brighton and Benjamin's first.
3 fouls against Brighton. That one was on Marlon Benjamin, as the long jumper won't go. Offensive rebound, Sorio. Behind the back layup, that sails out of bounds. Lance touched by Brighton, though. As we're going to take a timeout. Pascack Hills calling for time.
Yes, Sorio did a nice job crashing the boards to get that offensive rebound, but not a lot of discipline. You got to kick that one out instead of throwing that wild shot. He was fortunate to preserve the possession out of it, but Pascack Hills has had a bit of a hard time finding a point, and Brighton has run off the last 5 in a row.
Well, Steve, as you look at Brighton now in that 5-point advantage, what do you think the difference has been?
Well, Brighton has been the more active of the two teams. Pascack Hills has played that matchup zone defense primarily, and they've been pretty good at it. But Brighton has had more second effort crashing the boards, and the transition offense has also been a difference for them. They're getting up and down the floor just a little more quickly.
Well, Brighton has a 17-12 lead, 3:09 remaining here in the second quarter. Both teams re-emerge after the timeout. Pascack Hills will inbound. Nick Gillimain, who hit a 3 earlier in this game, take the ball left side underneath. Brighton setting up in its defense right here. Gillimain scanning the floor. Now goes to the corner. And out of bounds in that right quarter was Evan Schumer. On turnover, Brighton gets the basketball back.
Yeah, Schumer just lost track of where he was, caught the ball with a foot standing on the baseline, and that's a turnover, not what you want coming right out of a timeout.
Marlon Benjamin, backup point guard for this Brighton team, into the game. 3-pointer. Back of the rim, no good. Long rebound for Benjamin at the foul line, though, and Brighton gets another opportunity. Benjamin's 3. That one's long. Players get tangled up inside the foul line, and a foul called on Brighton, or Pascack Hills. It's against Brighton, so Pascack Hills will get the basketball back. 4 fouls now on the Bengals.
Well, that's another example, and I think Pascack Hills, you're going to see Kevin Kirkby telling his team, you've got to box out, find a body, and get position, because if Brighton is going to crash the boards like that, if you've got the box, you're going to draw that over the back foul every time. And that wasn't great position on the defensive rebound, which is why there was a moment of indecision as to who that foul was actually on, and a travel hands it right over again. Schumer, second straight turnover.
Amir Ortiz committed that foul. Like you said, Schumer with the travel. Pascack Hills having trouble finding its way here with 2:43 to go in the second quarter. As the Bengals now will bring it across, an opportunity to take their largest lead of this game. Alenye has it, being guarded out on the perimeter by Schill, accelerating to the basket, pulls up right baseline, in and out, no good. And a rebound for the Cowboys. Outlet to Schill, drives past Alenye, he draws the foul, and Jason Schill will go to the line for 2.
So that time Pascack Hills giving Brighton a dose of its own medicine, outletting quickly and running the floor, forcing the foul shot opportunity. Should mention also that after those 2 turnovers, Schumer has earned himself a seat on the Pascack Hills bench.
2:26 remaining here in the second quarter. Brighton 17, Pascack Hills 12. As Schill takes another trip to the free throw line, sinks the free throw easily. No substitutions right here with 2:26 to go here in the quarter. Well, strolling off the bench now for a late substitution is Evan Schumer, as Zach Bernstein will head back to the bench. Now, looking at this Pascack Hills team, Steve, it looks like they go with a rotation of about 7 or 8 players. That's it.
Yeah, and Schumer is an accomplished scorer. He's not going to sit on the bench for very long. Cowboys helping themselves from the stripe, 5 out of 6.
Good ball movement, however, coming in to disrupt the pass was Nick Gillimain. It looks like that Brighton will probably go about 9 or 10 deep, go a little deeper onto the bench. As Alenye will inbound off the inbound. Jones lays it up, puts it in, and the foul. Well, Jason Jones getting high fives. He'll go to the line, an opportunity to complete the 3-point play.
Jones just getting that inside position. Can't let the big man that close. He's got 6 points and will go to the line where he has struggled with a chance to extend this lead.
Fouls on Kevin Michael. That's his second. 6 fouls now at Pascack Hills. Here's Jones, the senior power forward, who's taken multiple trips to the line in this game, completes the three-point play as Brighton extends its lead to 20-14 with 2:15 remaining here in the second quarter.
6-point lead for Brighton.
Jason Jones has already taken 7 foul shots. We've still got 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Evan Lazarus controlling matters. Pascack Hills keeping it around the perimeter right here. Good feed, left elbow jumper. That won't go. Schumer misfires, rebound. Chased down by Boyer right in front of the Brighton bench. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Pascack Hills. And Brighton gets it back, looking to extend this to a 3-possession game with 1:54 to go here in the second quarter.
What a play by Boyer. He wiped out a chair, a couple of teammates, some of the vendors, the first 2 rows of seats, and got the possession out of it. So nice hustle by Stephen Boyer.
Now Brighton looking to pull ahead significantly here with 1:42 left to go. In the first half, 3 left wing, that's good. Connecting from long distance, Tyrone Perry, the sophomore. Has some experience in this Brighton system as the Cowboys draw the foul at the other end. Evan Schumer will take a trip to the free throw line, but a 3 on the other end gives Brighton a 23-14 lead, Steve, their largest lead of the game with a minute 32 to go here in the second quarter.
Neither team has been able to get anything to fall on the offensive end, and it was a question of which one was going to snap out of the funk first. There have been some good open looks, and it's Brighton that has become the sharper of the two teams. They now have a pair of three-pointers, and we just saw Schumer again trying to force the offense. He's really struggled thus far.
Well, it won't be a shooting attempt here as Schumer wasn't in the act. 3 from the left wing, that's good. Zach Bernstein, the senior shooting guard, connects from the left side.
That time Brighton switched to a zone, and it didn't work out very well for them as good cross-court pass led to the open shot.
Pascack Hills cuts the deficit to 6 as we approach the 1-minute mark here in the second quarter. Winston Brooks jumper from the left elbow is good. 25-17, Brighton with an 8-point lead. They've led by as many as 9 here in the first half. Inside 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter as a blocking foul is called against the Bengals.
Last sequence, Zach Bernstein tried to draw a little bit of foul on the offensive contact, reeled back and left Isaiah Winston Brooks wide open for a jumper, which he converted, and Brighton now showing up on the offensive end after a very slow first quarter.
Fouls on Isaiah Winston Brooks. 57 and 9/10 seconds remaining. Now right now with the near side officials checking on Josh Sorio of Pascack Hills, coming up gingerly after that play. Well, Sorio now will head to the free throw line here for 2 with 57 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Sorio, a senior power forward, just one of 3 returners from last season's team. Right-handed free throw shooter. First one goes in, nice touch. Substitution here for Brighton as Sorio gets set for number 2. 25-18, 7-point game Pascack Hills, trailing by 7. Sorio goes 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. Remember, no shot clock here in high school basketball. Deep 3, left arc. Way short, but a foul called is Tyrone Perry. He misfired, but 3 free throws now coming up for Perry as he'll go to the line. No, the foul is against.
Yeah, Perry thought he was going to the line, and some of us did as well. Ended up being the foul called on Jason Jones. Looked like the near side official pointed under the basket as a foul off the ball, and in fact it was on Jason Jones.
Well, Kevin Michael now will go to the free throw line with 47.8 remaining. 25-19, Pascack Hills down by 6. Trailed by as many as 9 here. First of a 1-and-1, back of the rim, no good. Well, Brighton with the basketball, 44 seconds left to go here into this opening half.
Boy, a shoulder to the face.
Left wing wide open 3. Winston Brooks can't convert. Sorio trying to grab the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see. It looks like Brighton's going to hang on to the basketball right here. and they will.
Yeah, Evan Lazarus got his bell rung on that one as he took what looked like a shoulder to the nose, no, the jaw. He's checking out the chiclets. Everything is in order.
Jones takes the inbound, but is stripped away by Schill of Pascack Hills. In transition, here are the Cowboys now as Schill's going to set up a half-court offense with 21 seconds remaining. Here in the opening half, Pascack Hills trailing by as many as 9. They're down by 6 now, though. 13 seconds left to go. Cowboys look to take the last shot. Here's Bernstein. Out front, thought about the three. Pass sails out along the right sideline as the Cowboys turn it over. They had a chance to cut it to a 3-point deficit, but now they give it back as the Cowboys back on defense. The Bengals now look to take the last shot.
Perhaps Bernstein saw Coach Hugh Coleman resplendent in that orange vest and thought it was a teammate because that pass wasn't close. And an offensive foul. We saw Bernstein try to draw one of those a couple of possessions ago. This time he succeeded.
Isaiah Winston Brooks called for the offensive foul, his second. And now Pascack Hills gets the basketball back with 2 seconds left to go. They won't shoot because it's an offensive foul. Time for a pass in, maybe a dribble and then a shot. As Pascack Hills, they trail it by 6. Here's Bernstein at the buzzer, no good. Sails to the left of the basket, and that ends the first half, Steve, as Brighton has a 25-19 lead.
Well, both teams struggling from the field early on. Pascack Hills with just 5 field goals in the first half, but they have kept themselves in this game with some very accomplished free throw shooting, 7 of 9 in the first half, and they've closed the gap that Brighton had opened up, manageable at 6 points. Brighton, in its own right, has attacked the glass, but they have not gotten their offense completely in sync either. So I expect both teams to find another level in the next 16 minutes of play.
We're at the half here, game 2 of the Dan Finn Classic. Brighton and Pascack Hills, the Bengals, lead the Cowboys by a score of 25-19. We'll step aside.